My name is Maggie Boudreau, and I'm from Southern California. Nard and I met on the social media site Tumblr. We had some mutual friends. We both followed some of the same people. And then one day, I got a private message or a DM from Nard, and it was a picture of the pig from back at the barnyard. It was a meme picture of the pig from back in the barnyard, and he was wearing a doctor's coat, and it said, "I diagnose you with friend." And that was in 2018. That was in like January. That's how we met, but then we started talking more. Nard had a Discord. It's I don't if some people don't know, it's a group messaging platform. Nard made this server full of some people that I knew, some mutual friends, and some people I didn't know. And we would pretty much talk every day. And then at some point, we decided that we felt comfortable enough with each other to trade phone numbers. And quite frankly, now Nard is one of the people like I text the most. We have another text message group chat with a girl named Sophie. The three of us talk a lot. We talk almost every day.
Would you say that, and feel free to say no if the answer is no. I'm not trying to like stroke my ego here.
Can you imagine?
But would you say that me and Sophie also are like some of your closest friends?
Oh, absolutely. But really, I mean, especially we were talking about this, but during the pandemic, I feel like the people I see every day, I don't see every day. And we were so used to already talking through the digital space that it wasn't a harsh transition for us to only FaceTime or only text because we were already doing that. So it didn't really feel like there was any change. But I mean, people in my real life know who you guys are. It's transcended that. I mean, I've talked to my mom, and I have friends that know who you are now because of our interactions on Twitter. So I would consider you definitely a close friend of mine because just like any of my other friends, we talk just as much, if not more. I feel like the internet, there's a certain amount of ambiguity, but also like silliness and lightheartedness, because you can think at any point, if I'm not enjoying what's going on, I can pull out, I can block them, I can never see them again, never talk to them again. I don't have to face any consequences. So if you said something weird and I wanted to block you, go ahead. Same with me. But in person, you don't have that option. So I feel like online friendships move a lot faster because people are more willing to give up not personal information like their address, but because in the same way that people say like it's easy for people to get anonymous hate because you have that wall of a screen, it doesn't feel like you're hurting anyone. It's easier to become close because you can say, oh, I can vent to them and I can share my this and I can share my that because I don't have to see them tomorrow. Maybe there's certain things I don't want to tell people I see every day. I don't want to tell my IRL friends, but that I can tell you because I don't have to worry about you accidentally telling someone that I know. Or like my close friends at school, I know where they shop, I know where they like to eat on campus, I know like very basic things about them. And I feel like with internet friendships, you get to know the deep stuff before you get to know the basic stuff. I knew some of your personal family business before I knew how tall you were. 6'4", by the way. But like I knew stuff like that. I knew about XYZ before I knew, yeah.
Do you think people like invalidate online friendships because of the fact that you don't really know these people and like how they could be lying? They could be lying about the information that they're telling you.
That's definitely, yes. I feel like, especially at first, but I feel like now with certain technologies, it's easier to verify that someone is real. For example, yes, they're like deep fakes and stuff, but I don't think that's hard to pull off. I've definitely was aware of that. And I think there are people who do invalidate it. And I feel like it tends to be older people, maybe because they don't understand. And I can't blame them for that because it's very strange. Technology has evolved incredibly quickly within just the past 20 years. But I feel like generally when I talk to people my own age, if I say to someone, oh, I met them online, they're not shocked by that. It's not like, you talk to strangers online? What if it's a pedophile? Like, there's no shock value to it.
So do you think that online friendships are sustainable? Like, do you see our friendship going on until like we're like 80?
That's a really hard question because I've had other online, oh, it's gonna sound terrible. I've had other online friends before you guys, but I had friends before I met you or any of our mutual friends. And it was probably when I was 15, I knew this girl. And then because our mutual interest died out, we stopped talking. But the difference is I never got her phone number and we didn't really have any mutual interests outside of the one thing we were like involved in. At this point, because we know each other so well and because we've exchanged social medias and phone numbers, I feel like our friendship is sustainable. But I feel like there is with certain internet friendships, and it's hit or miss. It's not all of them. Um, they're either very long, and I've known this person for 12 years, or and we got married, or we talked for a month and then we stopped. And it's not because you don't like them; you just drift apart. But I think something about that is that that's with every friendship. I don't think that's exclusive to online. I've had friends who in high school I thought I was super close to, and I thought we would be best friends forever, and we'd be talking when we were 80, and some of them I haven't talked to in 4 years.
Mhm.
So I feel like they're sustainable in the same way that every friendship is sustainable with the right amount of effort. But people drift apart, if you start to lose interest in each other, it's just natural. But I feel like that's no greater or less than any other friendship.
Mhm.
I feel if anything, our relationship would get stronger because this technology becomes more and more prevalent and we're on it more and more.
Mhm.
That's just the way it is.